good Wednesday morning. Some people call it the hump day, getting over the hump, and that's exactly what we are doing this morning. You could go one of two ways if you wanted to, Boomer. You could go with the positive yesterday in the game of baseball locally in New York as Jacob deGrom comes out and dominates in his first spring training appearance and looks like the old Jacob deGrom, and we hadn't seen him in forever, and that was great, and everybody's at the top step of the dugout, and you could say, man, here we go. You got Scherzer one day, you got deGrom the next, and the Mets are feeling great. You could go negative with Eric Adams yesterday saying that the Mets and the Yankees and Kyrie Irving are just going to have to wait till we peel back this layer and things don't seem like they could be resolved by the time that the Yankees start playing home games and the Nets are in the playoffs. Now, we will see. Things change. They took the masks off infants yesterday. So we'll see what the next layer is. So I will leave it up to you, Boomer. I'm leaning towards the positive, but I know you love a vaccine story. So I'll leave it up to you. Good morning, Boomer. How are you?
Good morning there, G. You forgot the two teams at Madison Square Garden didn't play well last night at all.
I know. We'll get to that. We got 4 hours of a radio
tore apart
program.
the Knicks, and it just goes to show you that the Knicks need a point guard. And every time he comes in, he just owns the game. And then, of course, my Rangers got steamrolled last night by the young upstart Devils who basically have a good young nucleus. And my team was, turning the puck over and just completely looked lost in the second and third periods last night. Inexcusable, but yet it's 82 games and those things happen. So, as far as Jacob deGrom was concerned yesterday, that was awesome. That was great to see him. That's exactly what I wanted to see. That's exactly what we needed as Met fans to see. He hit 97 right out of the gate. He struck out 5 of his 7 batters. I mean, he was just money. He had a great slider going, and he looked exactly like he did at the beginning of last year and the year before that. I mean, so if he is going to pitch like this, and this is his money year because this is, the year that he's going to expect a new contract after it's all over, said and done with, if this is the way we're going to start, hopefully this is the way we finish. That's how dominating he was yesterday.
I wish I could watch Jacob deGrom with full confidence, but I need to see him pitch in regular season games consistently and then say, all right, I know he's healthy. I need to see him come out of this particular outing, come back again, pitch again, have the same velocity, and not come out of a start because of the herky-jerky stuff that we went through last year.
Yeah, I know. Well,
it was crazy.
But again, you remember to me, the greatest form of motivation, and Rob Saleh has said it, and I agree with him 100%.
Is the Scrajol.
Is the Scrajol, baby. It is going to be the new contract. And he saw and he sees, because he's pitching right next to him, Max Scherzer, what he just signed for and how much he has made during his career. And, Jake got started late in his career.
Yeah.
And so this is his chance now to hit it big. And I just think he's going to have a tremendous year, and I will not be surprised when he's standing there holding on to the Cy Young Award after the season's over.
Yeah, but as our old friend John Jastrzemski used to say, is he going to stay healthy? And sometimes you can't control the health. And sometimes it creeps up on you at the worst times, heading into a draft like we saw that poor player from Michigan tear his Achilles at his pro day, or someone heading into a contract year. Sometimes it's the worst time when the health comes up and nips you right in the butt, and I really hope that does not happen.
Plus, this is the Mets. We do have a history.
Yeah.
And, we've actually drafted guys that have been hurt that we didn't realize were hurt.
That
right.
is
true
there last year, yeah.
But I will say that Jacob deGrom is like, of all the guys that has turned out to be as good as he has been, nobody really expected it. Nobody. I mean, he came out of nowhere. I mean, he wasn't, the guy that was Matt Harvey or Noah Syndergaard or, these guys that had all these nicknames. I guess deGrominator is his nickname, whatever. But for me, he has been the quiet assassin out of all the pitchers that have come through here over the last 10 years. He has been the guy that's gone about it the right way. He's been understated. He's been just absolutely fabulous. And, like I say, he is the starting pitching version of Mariano Rivera. And what I mean by that is that his location, his pinpoint location, is amazing, just like it was for Mariano Rivera. Not every day are you going to be on. Not every day you're going to have your great stuff. And I could say that about the Rangers last night. But the fact of the matter is there are very few people that can control where they put the ball the way that the great Mariano Rivera did. And everybody knew where he was trying to put it. and also the great
Couldn't
Jacob
hit it.
deGrom. And deGrom, what I do like about him, and what I think we all appreciate about him and his greatness, is that he has multiple pitches that he can fall back on. And he has a changeup in the low 90s, which is insane when you think about it. So I would just
92
say,
yesterday.
hey, look, I think if he would have started much younger, and we would be here now in his career, he'd be well on his way to 300 wins. But that's not what's important anymore in pitching. It's all about getting through 5 innings and then turning it over to your bullpen. But I think that, at least for the Mets, there are 2 pitchers on their staff that are throwback guys that should be able to give you 7 innings every time they go out there. And it was just really, really great watching him do it so effortlessly yesterday. And I appreciate it. I really did. I mean, it was great. It's exactly what I wanted to see.
Now, do we know if he is vaccinated or not? Now, this, of course, is going to be in the news and going to be a thing. Is like rumors that he was not, but we don't know if he was not.
We don't know who's vaccinated and who's not vaccinated.
Well, we know that Anthony Rizzo isn't, unless he changed his mind from last year, but that he flat out came out and said that he was not. Aaron Judge, apparently everybody believes that he isn't. And then Jacob deGrom is one of these guys that is rumored to not be. But we don't know. And we're going to find out when these guys play at home if this mandate is not lifted. So, I'm not so sure. Now, Al claims that he could look at a man's face.
And tell whether or not he's vaccinated?
And tell whether or not he's vaccinated.
How did he come up with that?
I have no idea.
Does it have to do with asking a question and to see how that person responds to that question?
No, he just said looking at somebody's face, just staring at their face.
All right, what is the thought behind that, Al?
Well, I feel like I could tell just by the way that if they think a question's coming up about the vaccine, how they...
So it has something to do with somebody asking a question of said person.
Or being in front of the media, thinking it may come up.
Okay.
Right.
So Aaron Judge, in your opinion, absolutely not
Yeah,
vaccinated.
in my opinion, yeah.
Okay. And Jacob deGrom, in your opinion?
Also unvaccinated.
Also unvaccinated.
Wow.
Okay. According to Al's, I will read your face to tell if you are vaccinated or not.
Well, hopefully
Neither.
we'll be able to enjoy their season. Okay. Well, hopefully we'll be able to enjoy their seasons.
Yeah, because, everybody's sitting here now just assuming that things are going to change. This is what the baseball teams say. And then we just keep hearing the opposite from the mayor. And yesterday, another press conference. Guy's got a lot of press conferences.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's the mayor. He's got a lot of things to say, and he's got to put out a lot of fires. He's got to make a lot of decisions. Like I keep telling you, he inherited a mess.
Yeah.
You know that. So he has a chance to be one of the greatest mayors in the history of New York City. You realize that? And the reason I say that is because of the just absolute mess that he inherited.
Sure.
And it's like...
going on after a comedian that bombs.
Right, 100%. And he has every opportunity and will have every opportunity to separate himself. And I think he's trying to do that as best he can. And, he has to get a new message out. And that's, I think, what he's really been trying to do for the last 3 months is to try to let people know where he's coming from and where he sits, whether it be vaccines or whether it be supporting the police or whatever it may be, or New York City's open, come on back, and trying to promote tourism because he knows how important it is to the city coffers that we get people to come back here and enjoy the city. The question is, can he make it safe again? That's a whole nother story.
Sure, absolutely. And I don't know if there's any way that he is going to be embarrassed enough by the way that people look at these mandates and make fun of the city and say how it doesn't make any sense like we have done a million times over. I don't think that he's embarrassed by this. I don't think that he is someone who's going to be pressured by it.
No, I think guys like him dig in. I think if I had to guess in just the way New York City politics works and how the state politics work, I do believe that, they dig in. If they are challenged, they will dig in, depending on where they're challenged from. And who is doing the challenging and how they're saying things and how it's being portrayed in the media if there are people that are going against them. And, I think, politics is a blood sport, man.
Sure.
It is a blood sport. And this guy's been around for a long time, and he's not going to be playing games with people. That's all.
There was a huge national spotlight on this when Kyrie Irving was on national TV and showed up with tickets to the game that he couldn't play in. and sat there as a fan with no mask on as he watched his team compete in a game that he wasn't allowed to play in, and nothing changed then.
I cannot.
So I don't think that anything's going to change once the baseball season starts.
I can't believe that they were. Really, you feel that way?
I mean, the way that he said it yesterday.
Oh, okay. I just wonder that. Boy,
So you're confident that it's going to change?
I don't know.
I haven't been given any reason to believe it. I really haven't. From them. I mean, I hope that you're right. Trust me, it's the dumbest thing in the world. But you know how my brain works.
I know.
I'm going to think that the worst thing's going to happen
I get
until I
it.
see
You always
it.
come from the negative. I know.
But but it's also been, those have been the facts, right?
They are facts. They are 100% facts. You're right.
And then yesterday he stood up there and basically said, they got to wait like everybody else. And now he's going to go back on that before the season starts?
Yeah.
I hope so.
I know it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good at all right now.
Right. But that obviously things can change on a daily basis. And trust me, I hope that, as you mentioned yesterday, you feel like things could change. I hope that you are right. I really do, because this is one of the dumbest things we've ever talked about. This is, you know what? This is the dumbest thing
You think so?
we've ever talked about in sports. In sports, that doesn't make any sense.
I thought our discussion about balls the other day was pretty stupid.
No. I don't think it was stupid. I thought it was funny.
Okay.
No, I'm talking about as far as sports and making sense of things.
Mm-hmm.
This is the dumbest rule of all time.
Right. But again, this mayor didn't put this rule into place. He inherited this rule. That's the thing you have to remember. You always have to tell yourself.
But he's the guy who can change it now, and he's
Right.
not doing it yet. So you can inherit it all you want. He's the guy that now has control over changing.
He does. There's no
And
question
as
about
you
that.
said, he's digging in.
Yeah, he could be digging in certain.
He dug in yesterday.
In certain areas, he could be digging in. Yes.
He took the masks off the children yesterday, and that was it. 2 to 4. Is that what it was?
2 to 4.
2 to 4. You get your
I
masks
think
off.
so, 1 to 4 or something. I'm
1
not
to
really
4?
sure. I don't know. I think
2 to 4.
I'm assuming 2 to 4 because there's got to be some sort of preschool or something for 2-year-olds.
God, this place. It's really.
I told you,
incredible.
8.5 million people basically in the 5 boroughs. It is madness.
Yeah.
You know that.
Let's take a baseball call, Boomer.
All right.
What do you
it.
think early on? Justin
Yes.
in Hicksville. What's going on, Justin?
Hey, morning, boys.
Hey, what's up?
What's
what do you got
happening,
for us?
Justin?
Got a little betting talk for you.
Yeah,
real
let's
quick.
go.
Yeah.
I want your opinion. Over under 60 starts for deGrom and Scherzer this year,
Oh
boys.
man, 60's a number. 60's a big number. I will say under 60 starts. Now I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just saying I'm hoping these guys are healthy and ready to go in October. But Scherzer with his dead arm issue, deGrom last year where he'd go out, pitch an inning, leave, be gone for a couple weeks. I'm going to say that they'll both be ready for the postseason, so I'm going to stay positive with that, but I will go under for the amount of regular season starts if the number is 60.
Unders, overs. Yes.
Under overs,
Yes.
as Schwartz would say. What do you think? Over, under? 60.
Man, that's a good number. I would say under.
That's a healthy number.
Yeah, I'm going to say that they're going to be somewhere around 27, 28 apiece. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
Figuring that they'll miss maybe 2 to 3 starts, and maybe they could be like a double header somewhere along the line, and they won't pitch in those games. I don't know. I'm just hoping that they're somewhere between like 27 and 32. That's where I'm hoping that they both land.
I mean, the baseball season's so damn long. Like, I wouldn't mind if these guys, skip the start here or there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, we always think that there's good. This going to be like 10 or 11 or 12 pitchers per team.
Yeah.
Somewhere along the line, guys are going to be getting spot starts, and then you're going to have the bullpen games. And remember what the Players Association and the owners have agreed to now is expanding the rosters until May 1st.
Sure.
So you got to have more pitchers on your team right now. So I would think that early on here in the season, the manager is going to be very, very cognizant of pitch counts.
Yes, I would agree as well, especially, although Max Scherzer didn't seem to care so much about that in his first spring training start as he went 5 innings and threw over 70 pitches. All right, it is Boomer and Gio just getting started on this Wednesday morning on the Fan and CBS Sports Network.